straight to Vitolo.
Free right on the spot there. Estrada Fernandez pointed to his chest immediately. But Vitolo was looking to get away with that one. Tim giving the ball away. And Sefera Valverde, who just looks up, puts the ball into space, runs after it, looked up again, looking to find a white shirt in and around that penalty area. Vitolo will be mightily relieved that came to nothing.
Space now for Vitolo. Trying to find Morata. There was a split second of hesitation. It wasn't costly. And Courtois slid out to claim that through ball. Real victorious midweek against Real Zaragoza by 4-0. And they are into the quarterfinals of the Domestic Cup, where they will face Real Sociedad on Thursday night. As for Atleti, they had already been eliminated from the cup competition by Cultural Leonesa from the third tier of Spanish football.
It's one of these games that's, well, I don't know if the word is crisis, but that's one of the ingredients of this hard time that Simeone's going through for perhaps the first time at Atlético. It's been up and up and up. The trend has been upwards, basically exponentially since Simeone's arrival. And he's tasked with rebuilding this Atlético team this season.
Isco this year, having a look and finding Dani Carvajal up against Lodi and wins the corner.
But it's this sensation, Tim. They're defeated in the Super Cup final in Saudi Arabia against Real. They go out of the cup final against third tier, the cup against third tier opposition. They were expected to win against Leganés, who were struggling in the bottom three.
Well, corner taken short. Kroos with the cutback. Ramos was unmarked and failed to test Jan Oblak. You would have backed him to strike on target there.
His face says it all. He would have backed himself to find the target also, Tim. Wonderfully worked move, as you said. The creativity of Kroos once again takes the return ball from Carvajal. Ramos in acres of space. No one had picked him up. Perhaps just took his eye off the ball for a split second. Scuffs the shots. And the first real chance of the game.
Well, it is a landmark appearance for Ramos, his 42nd Madrid derby. He moves level with Manolo Sanchez and the great Paco Gento. They are the three players who have played more Madrid derbies than anyone else. And the first two chances of the match have both fallen to the Real Madrid captain. Valverde. Now Vitolo scrapping with Casemiro, winning a free kick.
Yeah, Casemiro had to stop him. But again, we've seen glimpses of Valverde there, the verve, the panache, and the running. And that exquisite ball skill there that just took him away from his marker into space. Casemiro, though, just wasted that little opening that was being forged there by Fede Valverde.
Saul lifts one for Vitolo. There was good movement from Atleti, and there's an opportunity to cross. Can Vitolo provide the service? It's now with Renan Lodi. Back with the Canary Islander. And Lodi couldn't control from Saul's pass.
There was no space there. See, Varane's come away from the area. Casemiro's prowling around wherever the ball is. And together with Carvajal, they just hunted the ball down. No way past there for Atlético. Madrid having problems getting in behind the fullback. They've tried twice now on this right flank of Real Madrid.
Given away by Benzema, straight to Morata, who crosses! And it was Ferland Mendy who read the danger and came across.
And gets a pat on the back there from his captain. Again, he's so tactically astute, Ferland Mendy. That's the difference with Marcelo. Would Marcelo have read that? Possibly, but Mendy makes sure he's there, and you can guarantee him in situations like that.
Saul launches the throw. It's flicked on straight into the chest there of Courtois, and Felipe now with those long strides heading back to his defence. Well, these two managers really have orchestrated some fabulous defensive displays all season. Real Madrid just 13 goals conceded and Atleti just 14.
Well, we expect it from Atlético, don't we, Tim? Looking at seasons past, especially with this man between the sticks for Atlético Madrid. Doubtly for me, the main man, the main goalkeeper in world football. But the way Zidane has marshalled this defence has been extraordinary for me, considering they actually conceded 4 goals in their first 3 games of the season. Since then, 9 conceded. Varane has been magisterial. Casemiro is sitting in front of that back 4. And Zidane has worked absolute miracles with a team that were really, they were a defensive sieve at times last campaign before Zidane came back. Full credit to the Frenchman.
12 league games undefeated for Real. They've kept clean sheets in 8 of those matches. Their last defeat was on the 19th of October against Mallorca. Up the line from Rosalco, but Real have it back now with Dani Carvajal. Savic across. Well, it is a big afternoon for Atleti's right back, Ximi Rosalco, who did start last weekend against Leganés, but he is coming back from a long-term knee injury. Had surgery in January of last year when he was on loan at Inter.
Yeah, hasn't been easy for him, has it? You know, really shipped out to Inter after having a very, very good World Cup with Croatia, and returned from the World Cup. We expected him to be first choice at Atlético. He was put out on loan at Inter. There was the injury. And good to see him back.
Toni Kroos fires goalwards. There was good build-up there. Valverde and Isco involved, and the German just off target from distance.
Again, it's the verve of Valverde, isn't it? Sets up nicely for the German. And Kroos puts his laces through it this time. We used to see him side foot the ball towards goal.
Clever touch from Morata. Vitolo straight offside. Morata, a real physical tussle with his Spanish international teammate Carvajal, and then Varane dispossessing Vitolo.
It's that threesome again. It's Varane, Carvajal and Casemiro. They win the ball, they give it to Valverde.
Opening up that long stride of his and attacking Felipe. And the centre-back did very well to stick with him there. Llorente. Handball by Varane, and Morata wanted to take it quickly and hasn't been allowed to. This was the first opportunity for Sergio Ramos.
Just came off that calf on the shin, didn't it? That's 2 weeks missed time though. And you would put your money on him hitting the target with at least one of those.
No goal in 8 matches for Ramos in all competitions by his standards, a goal drought. Rosalco. And it's going to fall for Vitolo! Saved by Courtois, and Ramos was there to clear.
Great snapshot. Important thing, he hit the target. Courtois showing the form that he's been in. Simeone up off the bench there. Positive signs for his side, and always dangerous from a set piece.
Atleti now have their first corner of the match. It's been a more open 17 minutes than many expected. Chances for both teams. And it's cleared by Ramos. Correa. deflected cross, and Atleti with their second corner now.
Tense moments in the home stands, just behind that goal. Ramos on hand though, in both penalty areas now, hasn't it? Cleared there, the second time in a minute. Captain clearly up for it.
Correa to deliver again, it looks good. Varane away, and again it comes back to the Argentine. Brasalco, a measured ball in, away by Varane, and now it's Saul! So nearly the opening goal there, Courtois scrambling across.
You could hear the collective intake of breath there. It was silence for a millisecond at the Bernabeu. I don't know about you, Tim, but I thought that was in. I think most of the Bernabeu thought it was in too.
This is the save by Courtois, denying Vitolo a couple of chances in the space of a minute for the visitors.
And there's Atlético just showing the pedigree. Showing the home side, they're there, and they're up for it. 6 shots on target, one more than Real Madrid.
7 shots in total in the opening 19 and a half minutes. Ramos clips one over for Mondi, and he does manage to deliver. That was excellent from the Frenchman. Cleared by Lodi. Exquisite control from Vitolo. Lodi. Beautiful ball to Saul. Cushioned now to Vitolo. Saul crosses, and Correa was in the centre, and who was there once again? Sergio Ramos.
Beautifully timed interception. Morata just hanging where he likes to with Correa, that back post area. Ramos once again had to be there, had to read it right, goes to ground and does the business. This is an interesting start, as we saw in the Wanda Metropolitano earlier on in the season. It was tactically fascinating, and this is building up to be exactly the same thing. Again, they're just sizing each other up here, Tim. Ball's coming through the midfield. Atlético happy just to sit back. Real Madrid come on to them.
Toni Kroos. Now Modric. Isco's made a run. Dani Carvajal tried to pass it through the legs of Lodi, and then commits the foul on Vitolo. Well, a very entertaining start to the match.
Yep, we're at the halfway point now of the first half, and that is again wonderful piece of defending by the Real Madrid captain. That's 3 now in 21 minutes to add to those 2 chances in the other penalty area at the other end. It's just bubbling under, building nicely.
Llorente flicks forward. Ramos came to meet it. Now now it was Casemiro, cushioning it wide for Benzema. Benzema still going. His compatriot on the overlap. Cut back now to Toni Kroos. Has a look up. Carvajal to Valverde. Atleti happy to sit in deep here. Every Colchonero back in their own third, and Correa winning it from Mondi and then winning the free kick. Well, Correa has 4 goals in his last 7 games in all competitions, perhaps one of the few players in a decent run of form for Simeone. And there's a man with a squad brimming full of players in form right now.
Thanks to the manager as well, you have to give him the credit for that. Rotated well, kept the squad on their toes, playing in 3 competitions at the moment. They've played in a 4th, they've won it, already got a trophy in 2020. And they all look fit, and they all look full of running, and they all look absolutely focused.
Good turn there from Vitolo, away from Casemiro. It's a tight space, but Correa returns it to Vitolo, who has support. Mondi got back. It's now with Angel Correa off the post. What a chance there, and what a start to this derby.
Absolutely tremendous stuff from Correa. And just waiting for the return ball from Vitolo. He got held up a little bit, but cleverly sees the run around the back from Correa. And through on goal, and can't find the targets. And again, Atlético looking comfortable here. They're happy just to sit back, to have Real Madrid come on to them. What they don't want to be caught is on the counter-attack, but when you got that 4-4-2 across the park with that muscular midfield, the strength they've got at the back too with Savic and with Felipe, it's hard to break them down. It's hard to find those passes over the top, down the channels, and then they break with such speed. That's what Vitolo's in there for today. Counter-attack, and it almost came off there, Tim.
Simeone almost on the pitch, doing his bit for Atleti. Zidane cutting a calmer figure on the sideline as Real settle into some possession now, and look at Simeone. Challenge from Saul on Carvajal. Lodi finds Felipe, who gives it back. Brazilians combining, and then it came off Fede Valverde. Well,
Correa starts it and almost finishes it, isn't it? They just read that little knockdown there from Vitolo on the right foot, outside of the post. If that was on target, I don't know if Courtois was stopping that, Tim. Promising from a side that have been struggling for form. And as we said, one thing Simeone will always do is put this team in that zone where they're going to compete on nights like this.
Lifting it for Morat. Tried to find Vitolo first time. Isco exchanges flicks with Valverde. But find their voice now. 25 minutes played.
We got
now
message here. Yep.
Varane coming forward, scuffs the shot, but Varane
out to prove something. In the Bernabeu, that's the sensation.